What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be trying out this pink ultrasonic cleaner from Wishluck. We're just going to go ahead and unbox it really quick. It comes in some really nice packaging with a magnetic closure. Everything's very well protected. This is a user manual. This is a UV light ultrasonic cleaner that can be used to clean washable supplies such as glasses, jewelry, metal tableware, ceramic tableware, razor blades, combs, etc. Even your nail tools. That's what I'm going to be using it for. It also doubles up as an alarm clock, a digital alarm clock that you can put on your desk and stuff like that. This right here is a user manual. It shows you how to operate it and everything, and some of the applicable tools and stuff that can be sanitized and what cannot be sanitized. So definitely nothing that's not washable, like wood products, gems with a soft surface, or anything like that. And we're gonna go ahead and take this out and take a look at it. It's super cute. It does come in 3 different colors. I picked pink, of course, because you know how I'm obsessed with pink, and I figured it would look so cute in my nail room. It's a little bit smaller than I thought it was, so when you open it up you can see like the little reserve where you'll be applying your liquid and everything to sanitize your tools. This is the little AC adapter. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in really quick and get it ready to start sanitizing my nail tools. I couldn't fit all of my nail tools in this, like my hand files and my buffers. It does have a max fill line as well, but I was able to fit most of my drill bits and other tools. These are just some like little racks, I guess, for jewelry and stuff. I did go ahead and follow the props and set the time and the date and everything off camera. It also records the temperature of your room, which is really cool. You can set like an alarm clock on it as well, and also change the color of the digital display. I picked purple because I thought it would go cute with the pink. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this up really quick with water to the max fill line so that I can start sanitizing my tools. It recommends you only use water, but I'm going to be using a little bit of barbicide for a little extra sterilization, since I'm going to be sterilizing my nail tools. So I want to make sure that the bacteria gets off of them. I don't think water and just a UV light is good enough for that. So I'm just adding a little bit of barbicide. I'm doing like half the recommended amount, so 16 ounces of water and 1 ounce of barbicide, since the tank is kind of small in this. Normally it's double that, the recommended amount, but since it's so small I kind of had to work with it. So I'm going to go ahead and use my nail tools. Like I said, I couldn't fit my hand files or my buffers, but I was able to fit my drill bits, my cuticle nippers, scissors, cuticle pushers, some tweezers, and 2 nail brushes. So that's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put those in there. As you can see, the hand file wouldn't fit, but to get it started for the sterilization process, you want to long press the power button twice to do 5 minutes. I'm going to do 2 intervals of 5 minutes, and then when it's done, I'm going to go ahead and unplug it so that I can begin to take my nail tools out. Also, make sure you wash all debris off of your tools with a nail brush before doing this. Of course, you want to wear gloves when you're touching harsh chemicals so that you don't like burn your skin or anything like that. So I'm just going to start taking the nail tools out of the solution after 2 intervals of 5 minutes. So the tools have sterilized for a total of 10 minutes. So I'm going to place these on my towel really quick. And then when I'm done taking everything out of the solution, I'm going to go ahead and start just drying them off with some paper towel, and then just leave them to dry completely for about like an hour. Everything should be dry, but you want to make sure that you clean all of the solution and the water off of the nail tools and just let everything dry. Plus, you don't want to leave that on your tools because it will cause them to rust, if you know what I mean. And then when you go ahead and actually clean out the machine, you just want to dump the water, making sure not to get it on the area where the UV lights are or anything else. Dump out everything into your sink and then just dry it really good with a paper towel. I will leave the links and everything to this machine in the description box. If you guys are interested, definitely check it out. It works really good if you just want something to quickly sanitize your nail tools. As you can see, I'm drying everything down with a paper towel, making sure to get all of that excess water. I just dumped out the solution and ran a little bit of water in there a couple times to rinse everything out, and now I'm just drying it off. So let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. I'm really excited about this video because I've been seeing these 3D glass gel flowers on Instagram and stuff like that, and I've been really wanting to try it. It's actually super easy. I thought it was going to be hard, but it's really easy. So I'm going to go ahead and start by doing the base on my nails. So I'm prepping my nails with 1 layer of Mia's Secret dehydrator, 2 coats of Young Nails protein bond, and then a layer of base gel over my nail beds, since the base on these nails is going to be polygel and the rest of the work is going to be done on top. For the base, I'm going to be using this nude pink shade from the Model 1's All Seasons Polygel kit. And I'm using this nude pink shade because later on I'm going to be painting French on the nails. So this is going to serve as the nail bed color because it's a nude pink and it kind of looks like a natural nail bed. So I'm doing 1 layer of this on all of the nails. I used my 2XL stiletto nail tips and kind of just cut them down a little bit because they're really long, these ones, and I kind of rounded off the edges because I'm doing more of like a round stiletto look for this set, so I don't have to worry about the tips of them breaking off or anything. Also, it gives me a little bit more room to do the flowers later on because usually pointier stilettos are a little bit more narrow. So when I'm applying the polygel, I'm making sure to kind of like keep that shape, and also makes them a little bit wider when I do apply the polygel. I apply a little bit too much on that first nail, so I use the polygel that I took off so that I don't waste it. So I'm basically just squeezing the polygel out onto the nail. I start patting it around the cuticle area. I had a couple air bubbles, so I was just kind of like poking them out with my brush. So I start patting the polygel around the cuticle area and onto the nail bed to build my apex, and then I pat the rest of the polygel down the nail. Then I remove any excess polygel if I have any. I also make sure to look at my nail from the side and everything to make sure there's no dents or like bumps or anything. I make sure to smooth the nail out as much as I can before I go ahead and cure it in my lamp. I'm applying a decent amount on each nail so I don't have to go in and add an extra layer. For some reason, the way I took the seal off of this polygel was a little bit weird, so whenever I squeeze it out, it makes like all these little air bubbles. So I was making sure to poke those out, because if you don't and you go to file your nails, you will see like the little holes in your nail. I'm also going to be flash curing each nail because this Model 1's polygel is really soft, and if you leave it on your nail for too long, it tends to run into the cuticle area. So I'm just going to pop my hand in the lamp just for a few seconds so that it has enough time to cure just a little bit, so I don't have to worry about it running into the cuticle area when I do the next nail. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and start filing the nails. I'm going to use a 180 sanding band and my Saviland nail drill. I'm also using my Melodysusie dust collector as always. Everything is linked in the description box. But yeah, I'm just basically going in with this 180 sanding band and kind of just filing up the nails really quick to make sure that everything's even, like there's no bumps or like dents in the nail or dips in the nail. So I'm just going around the cuticle really quick. I'm going over the surface of the nail, like filing up and down and side to side. I'm also filing along the sides to kind of redefine the shape of the stilettos, just so that when I go in with my hand file, I have less work to do basically. There wasn't a lot of product on these nails, so I didn't really have to do much filing. I'm basically just, like I said, making sure that they're even all around, the shape is nice and neat. You can see the structure of how the nail should look when I turn my hand to the side. So I have the little hill that's my apex, then the nail gets gradually thinner towards the free edge, and then when I look down the barrel of my nail, the sidewalls are the thinnest part of my nail. I do make sure to clean underneath the nail. I had a little bit of polygel that got stuck under there, so I was filing that out. Sometimes that happens with stilettos. You always want to make sure that you have a decent size apex on your nails, especially if you have long nails like this. The apex is where your nail gets most of its strength from. It doesn't have to be like a big mound of product, like a giant hill, but like just enough based off the length of your nails. As you do nails, you kind of get familiar with how much product you should use for different lengths. Also, you want some thickness towards the free edge, but not like really thick. After the apex, it should get gradually thinner, but not too thin where they're going to snap or break. Next, I'm going to take my hand file and shape up the nails. I was out of frame a little bit for this portion of the video, so sorry about that. I need to remember that I'm actually filming. But shaping stilettos is really easy. All you do is hold your file at an angle and then file in towards the tip of the nail. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm not doing pointy stilettos, so I'm not making my shape too narrow because I wanted more of a round stiletto look so that I'm able to fit the flowers on the nails, because they tend to spread out a lot from what I've seen in other people's photos before doing this. So I wanted to make sure that I had enough room to fit them on my nail without it being too narrow. So I'm just filing along the sides a little bit, and then instead of like making the tip pointy, I'm gonna round it off at the bottom so that they're not like super pointy and sharp. And to finish, I will buff the nails and buff out any scratches or anything. I also do use the hand file and kind of like file over the surface of the nail to further define the shape. I'm gonna go ahead and start painting the French on the nails now that the nails are filed. So on this nail, I'm gonna be using this really pretty purple color from Nail Reserve LA. It's called On Fire. It's like this bright, like popsicle purple. It's so pretty. I'm using like a bunch of bright colors to give like that really pretty summer vibe. So yeah, I got really creative with this set. That's what I like about these flower sets. Like you can use all kind of bright colors and everything, and no matter what colors you use, it will look so pretty. So I'm going to use my detail brush to do the French. I put a little bit of polish on my palette, and right now I'm outlining how I want the French, and then I'm going to fill in the tip with the polish brush straight out of the bottle, and then go back in with my detail brush and kind of like tighten up my smile line a little bit and get the little corners that I'm not able to reach with the bigger brush. For the French on this nail, I'm going to be using this shade from Madame Glam called Orange Poppy. It's a really bright orange poppy color. I love this color so much. It's really pretty, especially for like spring and summer. So yeah, I was using like all my really pretty bright colors for this set. I was picking like as many as I possibly could. On this nail, I'm going to do a quick little ombre. So I'm applying the bottom color for the ombre first. It's called Flamingo and it's from Nail Reserve LA. It's a really bright neon pink. I really love this pink. It's super bright pink and poppin' neon. So I'm applying this towards the tip of the nail, and then I'm going to go in and start painting the smile line towards the top of the nail with this yellow shade from Nail Reserve LA called Bronze Me Baby. So I'm outlining how I want the smile line like I usually do, and then applying a little bit of polish in that area where there's no polish, and then kind of like blending the yellow into the pink, going back and forth with my detail brush to blend them together. Sometimes you might have to wipe your brush off to avoid like getting too much of the yellow into the pink, but when you blend the yellow into the pink, it creates like this orange color. So it's kind of like a ombre with yellow, orange, and pink. But as you can see, I brushed the yellow down into the pink first, and now I'm doing side to side brush strokes to blend the two colors together, and I'm kind of going back in with more yellow and pink, making sure to wipe my brush off so that I don't mix the colors. But if I do, I just kind of like brush it out a little bit. Then I go back in with a little bit more yellow to neaten up the smile line a little bit more, and then just a little bit more yellow and pink to fix the blend a little bit before I cure. I'm gonna paint this entire nail with this holographic glittery rainbow gel polish as a base for my bling later on. Applying this as a base will make the stones pop a lot more after I apply them. It makes them really sparkle even more with a base like this. So after I cure that, I'm going to go in with a little bit of this rubber base gel from Your Sugar. It's like a pink iridescent color, but I'm using it as a gel polish. So I'm brushing it over the purple and the orange French nail at the tip, and then I'm taking my detail brush and then just doing the corners because it's easier with a tighter brush. And this will give like a little bit of a pink shift to both of those nails. To do the 3D gel flowers, you're gonna need a solid builder nail gel, and you can use whatever color you want. In this video, I'm going to be using clear because I'm going to be painting the details on the nails later on when I'm done. So this type of gel is like in between a builder gel and a polygel. So what you do is take like a little cuticle pusher and kind of roll it into a ball. It doesn't stick to your hand or anything like that. If you want, you can use gloves. It's not really recommended that you touch nail products with your bare hands, but I'm doing that because I don't really get any allergies or anything like that. But if you're prone to allergies, you might want to wear gloves doing this. So yeah, I just roll it into like little balls, and then you place it on the nail in the form of a flower, so it makes it easier to just kind of like shape the flower. And then I'm gonna go ahead and dip my brush in a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. You really don't need a lot because it doesn't really stick to the brush or anything like that. So what you're gonna want to do is press the middle of the petal, drag it out, and then press on each side, making texture for the flowers. And yeah, it's really that easy. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting the gel ready for the next flower. So like I said, you want to take a cuticle pusher and just take a little bit of gel and roll it between your fingers into the shape of a ball. I kind of just get them all ready so that when I'm done rolling them, I can just stick them on the nail and go ahead and start forming the flower. It rolls really easily, and I thought I was gonna like stick to my fingers and stuff like that, but it really doesn't. Like, you don't get any residue on your fingers from doing this. So I'm gonna go ahead and place them in the form of a flower again on this nail. I'm doing the same kind of flower because this was my first time, so these seem to be the easiest flower to do. So like I said, you press in the middle of the flower, drag it out, then press on each side to give like texture to the flower. With these type of flowers, you want to do a lot of texture because when you add the details later on, it's what's going to give the flower that realistic appearance. Now I'm going to go ahead and start adding the details to the flowers. So I'm using my detail brush and a little bit of that Flamingo shade from Nail Reserve, and I'm kind of tracing over the veining that I did in between the petals. So I'm kind of just like running the gel polish through that veining, and then I'm going to outline the flower in this reddish color called Fire Sign from Madame Glam. It's this really bright poppin' red shade, and these two colors together look so bomb, and it makes it look so bright and pretty. So what you want to do is basically outline the entire flower in this color so it will like make everything stand out. I saw that some people used a lot of gel and others used less. It all depends on how glassy you want the flowers. I kind of wanted mine like with color but still glassy, if that makes any sense. After I cure, I'm going to go in with this white shade from Glam. It's called Blessing. It's not a super bright white, but it's a more muted white. So I'm doing more veining going through the flower with this color, and I'm going to add a little bit more pink in between. I feel like it just added a little more depth to the flower, and then I'm going to cure. On this nail, I'm going to go in with that same neon pink shade called Flamingo from Nail Reserve LA and do the veining on this flower. And then I'm going to outline the entire flower with this yellow shade, Bronze Me Baby from Nail Reserve LA. And I'm also going to add a little bit of white in between as well.
Rainy.
For the center of the flowers, I'm going to use a little bit of Gelixir rhinestone gel and apply some caviar beads. So I'm going to apply a big one in the center first and then smaller ones surrounding it and kind of like push them all together, and it gives like a realistic flower look.
Rainy.
Then I'm going to take this clear gel in this tube and do like a little design going across the nail on this nail, just to kind of like tie everything together. And I'm going to cure that really quickly and then go in with some rhinestone gel on this nail with some top gel so that I could start doing my bling nail. My camera actually cut off when I did the first part of it, so you'll see it jump to where I already have some rhinestones on my nail. My memory card got full and I didn't really realize it while I was recording. But yeah, I'm using a bunch of different size stones to do this bling nail. Usually start by applying the bigger ones on the nail first and then filling in the smaller spots with the smaller stones. Along the perimeter of the nail, I tend to use the really small stones. This actually took longer than doing the flowers, believe it or not. Like, I don't know why I did this to myself. I knew that bling nails take a long time to do, but I decided to just go ahead and do it anyway. This took me longer than the actual flowers, which shows you how easy it is to do the flowers. But yeah, you want to make sure that the rhinestones are packed in really nicely to where there's no like bulges on the side.
Greeny.
And to finish up and tie everything together, I'm going to use a little bit more Gel Elixir rhinestone gel and top gel to apply more AB rhinestones to the nails. I'm making sure to top coat the gel flowers as well. You just want to make sure that when you're top coating them, you don't want to use a thick amount of gel so that you cover up the texture. Just kind of like lightly brush it on. Also brush it over the caviar beads if you're using caviar beads, so it creates a seal over them so that they don't lose their coating when you wash your hands. But yeah, other than that, that's about it for the set. I love the way these came out. I love all the colors. They really give me that summer vibe. I'm definitely keeping these on for a while. I hope you guys like this set. Don't forget to leave me a like before you leave and let me know what you think of it in the comments. Or if you're gonna try the 3D glass flower look, let me know how it worked out. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe before you leave and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload videos every week. And if you're not following me on Instagram and TikTok, make sure you do that so we can stay connected on there. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Love you guys.
Greeny. Greeny.